Hello everyone, welcome back to AGSDD Cycle 1, and today I will be telling you guys tips and tricks on how to become one of the top 10 finalists. So basically I will be explaining all these tips and tricks on how to get on my good side. So basically I will be choosing which ones will be competing in a couple of days, so you guys have to hurry. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the comments or the description to my previous video for audition. So go ahead and watch that video right now. But if you've already seen it and you've already entered, I'm going to go ahead and tell you how you can get on my good side when you do enter your photos for round 1 and 2 and 3 and so on. So basically I'll be showing you basically my quote-unquote bias, even though I don't really have any, just tips and tricks on how to make your photos really well. So the first thing that I would have to do is, the biggest thing is to use the same doll, or try to use a doll that you know that someone else has probably not used. So a thing that would be really helpful with that is to not use Leah Clark or Kanani or dolls that you know that somebody else has already taken. So try to use something else. If you really want to use Leah Clark, but just know you can use her, but just know that somebody else is probably already going to use her. But that's okay, it doesn't really matter. Also, I think something is really important is to make sure before you take your photo that your doll looks appropriate. It's not even about their clothing. I think it's really important to do your doll's hair, because that's mostly the main focus of the picture is the hair. So it matters a lot. So all you have to do is just like use a brush, spread some water on there and just brush it, just make it look nice. And it just like helps your photo so much if the hair looks nice. The donut looks nice. Also, when you're doing different rounds, try not to use the same pieces of clothing, because it just feels really recycled and it just looks like you didn't really take enough time. But of course, if you don't have that much clothing, you can use it again. But that's just a tip. If you have more clothing, you can try to use that. And if I'm being completely honest, if there's a piece of clothing that you don't like in your collection, or oh, it's our generation or whatever, just use it, because if you think it's going nicely with your theme of the color that you're going for, then just use it, because it's probably going to look good. And the main focus of the picture isn't what your doll is wearing, it's the skills of your photography, because that is what I'm judging. The next tip that I would have is to probably do it as early as you can. So don't rush on your photos, but try to do take your photo the same day or the day after you see the video, because if you are just waiting and waiting and waiting, I'm most likely not going to let the people in to compete if you leave in your photo late, because it just feels rushed and you were procrastinating. But anyways, that's just for like competing. But if you are actually on the rounds and you do it late, I think that's okay. Just don't do it significantly late, because I might just eliminate you. So it actually is kind of a big deal. So yeah, please try and post things on time. Also, I said this in my other video, use the same platform, because I might just say, oh, she didn't insert her photo, because at first you were DMing me on Discord, and then all of a sudden you emailed me your photo, and I'm not going to check the email for you, so I'm probably going to miss your photo. I'm just going to assume that you are not competing anymore and you will be eliminated. And that would be really unfortunate. So please try to use the same platform if you can. If you cannot, you can just always comment me in the comment section below. I always leave my comments open. So those are just some tips just to get on my good side. The last thing that I probably have to say is to use a doll with longer hair. So if you don't have a doll with a pixie cut, it's fine, but some of the categories would probably complement it better if your doll does have longer hair. And I don't suggest using doll hair that is like pinned straight, because that frizzes easily and it's really hard to control and just doesn't have like a lot of body to it. So I recommend the best hair type to use is the long and wavy, just because for me personally, or the textured or the curly, because for me personally it looks great in every photo. Some free app editors that you guys can use is PixArt. PixArt would have to be one of the biggest things that I use to edit my photos. I put more photos on top of photos. I put stars. I can add a motion blur, a smart blur, a blur, anything. It's just really nice for editing. And if you want to put a filter on your photo and like use that, I recommend making your photo look kind of bland. Don't really use a lot of filters, but if it's something like, say for example, the round I just forgot the word, but anyways, the round theme is like the 10th century, then maybe you can put your filter in the photo, just take some creative liberties and make it like brownish, because that's like how the old TVs used to look, or gray, just for creative liberties. But aside from that, I recommend not really using that many exotic and very aesthetic filters that I use on my thumbnails, because I just want to see like the raw photo. Okay guys, so I have one last tip, and this is one of the biggest tips that I probably have to say for this entire photography contest, is to stay on theme. So for the first theme, I know I'm not supposed to be revealing it, but it is catastrophe, and something that would totally get you eliminated is if you took a really cute photo of your doll. Her outfit's really nice, and the lighting is amazing, or well, that doesn't really matter, but it just a cute photo of your doll. That's not going to get you a certified place, because it is not on theme. If I want you to do catastrophe, I want you to make the room dirty. I want you to make her clothes all matched. I want you to just like put on some washable, don't damage your doll, but like some washable, like really bad makeup, or if she's cooking, then just make like a big mess, because that screams catastrophe. But if you're taking a really cute photo of your doll but the theme is catastrophe, that doesn't mean that I'm going to put you on the completing spot, and you are most likely going to get eliminated, not because your photo was bad, but because your photo did not fit in the line with the theme that I chose. So yeah, it does really matter that you make a nice photo, but a photo that stays on theme at the same time. And one of the biggest things for me is if it's slightly less about the theme and more about, oh, look at these bright colors and stuff, then you're probably losing your chance. So I would rather have a photo that is completely on theme. I can totally see what you were going for, exactly what I wanted, that's bad quality, than an amazing photo perfect for a PvP, but that's not on theme. So yeah, that is one of the biggest things that I can come across, because when I'm looking at a lot of photo competitions, a lot of the photos, I don't really see how people like have their theme in there. So yeah, that is the last tip. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be telling you guys in a couple of days who are the finalists, and who will be competing in cycle 1, round 1. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for any further updates and posts, and see you guys on the flip side. Bye!